Oh, hi there. It's Let's Connect again. I'm going to do another episode of Meet the Wanderers from Worn Wanderers, Claremancy Games. Worn Wanderers Clash of Steel is a deck building pin battle game right here, like this. You wear these on the lanyard or your clothes, and you can battle against other people. And so I'm going to talk about a couple of the characters today. And this is Granite the Great. Granite the Great is considered what we would have considered like a wrestler. He would battle in arenas in gladiatorial combat, but everything was staged and there were determined winners. He used to have a couple of different gimmicks where he would get his sword stuck in a rock or something and it would yank out and have a big chunk of rock stuck to his sword, which he would swing around like a hammer. And then when the Devourers showed up and destroyed the city, he fled and found himself kind of lost. And then he ran into some nomads, and one of the people in this group that he ran into was a big fan of his. And so he convinced the people to take him in, and he was worried that they would find out that he was a fraud, until eventually he ended up getting into some real combat. But since he was a professional at his job of being a fake fighter, he took his job very seriously, that he did a lot of training, and therefore a lot of that skill translated into a real world fight, which then he actually realized he was a decent fighter and really took on the persona of Granite the Great. Next up is Vernard the Humbled. He is an ex-military veteran who decided that he got tired of living by society's rules and moved to the outer limits of the city, as he took on nature to be the one that gives him orders and guidance. And when the Devourers showed up, he did his best to help all the people that fled from the city and from the local cities that were around that were destroyed. And he continues to do his best, what he believes is right, to help those in need, regardless of them being outcasts or not. And he did not judge, nor does he care what people were outcast due to, because as an outcast himself, he felt that it was none of his concern. And Vernard befriended a pack of trash pandas, or raccoons, which he uses as his little friends that keep him company when he's on his own. And he does his best to help all of those travelers going from little province to little province, or people that are in need of his help while out and about as he wanders aimlessly through the nature. As he wanders aimlessly through nature. If you need a friend or if you need a hand, Vernard will be there. And our last wanderer up is Lich Baranoia. Lich Baranoia came from a troubled land where lots of things happened. His kingdoms changed hands much quicker due to a lot of unsavory things. Different things happened, either illness, assassinations, political intrigue, and all sorts of things. But once he became the lord of his land, he sought out to try to correct some of those flaws that happened in his world, and he sought out to use magic to do so. And he became obsessed with finding different remedies of different types of magic, and he found out that some of his magic that he already used and bestowed upon himself was being counteracted by some of the magic that he was using. And he tried everything after becoming obsessed over time, talking to every wizard and every magic user in his land to try to help fix his kingdom. And then he was approached by a weary, interestingly helpful wizard who decided to try to help him with his goal and grant him immortality. But he didn't realize that it came at a cost, as he gave forth his life to this wizard to try to become what he always wanted to have, was power and the ability to be immune to lots of different things. This wizard tricked him, as he did gain immortality, but it came at a cost of his soul. Therefore, this wizard owned his soul, and as long as he kept it under wraps, Lich Baranoia was at his mercy. And then the Devourers showed up, and and ravaged the land. He did his best to try to protect some of his kingdom, but with him being immortal, he woke up the next morning with no scratches on him. But he looked for this wizard, and the wizard was nowhere to be found. So he now seeks vengeance to try to find this vessel that holds his soul so that he can reclaim it for himself, since he can no longer find this wizard who has this power over him. And he seeks revenge, and that is Lich Baranoia. For Morn Wanderers, Clash of Steel. And remember, let's connect and play together and build a better community. I'll see you guys in the next one.